The reasons for the great replacement of the Afars. The Afars have been paying reparations since 1862 to the European Creed of Odoacer, the barbarian chieftain from the Berlin Conference 1884-85 Creed. We must stop chasing mirage. The notion that it is the regional proxies, Isas, Somalis, Amharas, Tigrayans, Oromos, or others who oppress us is an illusion. It is putting the accessory on trial, the exhibit of the crime, not the culprit of the crime. The reality is the creed of Odoacer, which oppressed us or oppresses us to this day. This logic of blaming the proxies means putting the accessories of the crime on trial: a knife, a firearm, a baseball bat, a poison, the Isas, the Somalis, the Amharas, the Tigrayans, the Oromo proxies, but not putting on trial the culprit of the crime, the Europeans whom I call the Creed of Odoacer. Alaric, the chieftain of the Germanic people who occupy to this day most of Western Europe, United Kingdom, France, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany. Today you can include the United States, which are the actors of the Berlin Conference of 1884-85, the current international community. In each trial, it is necessary to establish the motives for a crime. There are three motives: vengeance against the Afar Creed of Rome and the appropriation of the historical heritage of the Afars and appropriation of the truthful places of biblical exegesis. The latter is proven by Genesis chapter 2, verses 10 to 14. The first motive of the European culprit, UK, United States, France, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, of the Creed of Odoacer, is revenge against the Creed of Rome Afar, Afrinius, Africanus for 1,514 years of Roman rule Afar. The Afar Romans subjugated and assimilated their conquest by spear and the sword. Rome, however, introduced civilization: roads, bridges, monuments, writing, literacy, written laws, sciences, the economy, etc. They levied taxes or tributes on these conquests, which were no more unfair than the civilizational or the colonial tax, the CFA franc, a currency France levied on their former African colonies. The irony is that the Afars of the three countries, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Somalia, with Xyla, have been paying Odoacer's creed the reparations since 1862 for bringing them civilization. Roman Gaul Afar from the year -57 BCE to 476 AD, 533 years rule. In the year -57 BCE, Gaius Gassenafar, Emperor Julius Caesar, conquered Gaul after the Battle of Alesia against Vercingetorix, the leader of the Gauls. Gaul geographically includes France, Belgium, and the south of the Netherlands. Rome Afar subdued Germany from -55 BCE to 461 AD, 516 years of rule. The left flank of the Rhine, now known as the North Rhine-Westphalia, belonged to the Roman Empire for more than 500 years, from its conquest by Caesar in the year -55 BCE to 461 AD, when the Franks took Cologne. The campaigns of Drusus the Elder, Drasa, in -12 BCE go beyond the Rhine towards the Elbe. The campaigns of Nero, Nuro in Afar, Claudius Drusus, Drasa in Afar in Germania. Nero Claudius Drusus, an experienced general and stepson of Emperor Augustus, was appointed the year -13 governor of Gaul, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, the south of the Netherlands, Germany north of the Rhine with Cologne as its capital. He led several pacification campaigns. When he died in the year -9 of an illness, Augustus, the Roman emperor, sent Drusus's brother, Tiberius Tiberius, the future Roman emperor, to replace him. Rome Afar Britannica lasted from the year -55 BCE to 410 AD, 465 years of rule. Rome Afar occupied the United Kingdom from -55 BCE to 410 AD, 460 years. In the year -55 by Gaius Gas in Afar, Emperor Julius Caesar comes with two expeditions, one in -55 BCE and an expedition in -54 BCE, putting a vassal king at the head of a client state paying a tribute to Rome. Prosody rate. In 43 AD, the Roman Emperor Afar Claudius ordered the invasion of Britain. He ordered 4 legions to conquer Britain. Rome occupied the British Isles as far as Caledonian Scotland following 43 years of military conquest. Afar Roman Emperor Septimus Severus, born on the 11th of April 45 AD at Leptis Magna in present-day Libya, Septimus Severus died on the 4th February 211 AD and was buried in Eboracum, York, England. Septimus Severus had 2 sons, Geta and Caracalla. Geta and Caracalla succeeded him as co-regent emperors. It is alleged Caracalla killed Geta and became the sole Roman emperor. Geta and Caracalla are 2 Afar nomen. In the year 401 AD, the Romans withdrew most of their troops towards Rome to face an invasion by Alaric, Odovacar against Italy, Western Rome. From 401 to 406 AD, no reinforcements were sent to the British Isles. Rome focuses on the defense of Italy. In the year 407 AD, the rest of the garrison of Rome Britannica proclaimed a Roman general, Constantine III, Emperor of Western Rome. He invaded Gaul with the rest of the Roman army Britannica Afar. In the year 408 AD, the British population refused allegiance to Constantine III and expelled the remainder of Roman authority in 409 AD. In the year 410 AD, after repeated incursions by the Saxons, Scots, Picts, Celts, and Angles, the British authorities requested assistance from the Roman Emperor Honorius. He responds that they must take charge of their own defense and refuses to send help. This letter marks the end of Rome Britannica. At the same period, the sacking of Rome took place on August 24, 410 AD, by the king of the Visigoths, Alaric or Odovacar. At that time, Rome was no longer the capital of the Western Roman Empire since the year 286 AD. Mediolanum, present-day Milan, replaced it. Roman Emperor Diocletian divided the Roman Empire in the year 285 AD into 2, the Western Roman Latin Empire with its capital in Milan, and the Eastern Roman Greek Empire, also called Byzantine Rome, in Constantinople. He instituted a tetrarchy, a power of 4 people where he shared power with 3 other emperors. In 402 AD, Ravenna became the new capital of the Western Roman Empire. It is estimated that out of a British population of 2 million at the time, the Romans' rule cost 100 to 250,000 victims. From AD 55 to 410 AD, 465 years of rule. From the year 43 AD to 410 AD, the United Kingdom went from a vassal state paying tribute to Rome to a province of the Roman Empire, Afar. The domination of Gaul, 533 years of rule, and Germania Magna, 516 years of rule. Rome Britannica, 416 years of rule, and the Pax Romana undoubtedly took their toll on the European peoples they subjugated and caused misery for these people, as recently said by the British media man Piers Morgan, who alluded that the Romans and the Vikings owed them reparations for these misfortunes. We, the Afars, are paying for these reparations of Rome Afar, which Piers Morgan has been talking about since 1862, in 3 countries, Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Eritrea, which you have divided by installing your regional proxies, Amharas, Isa, Somalis, Tigrayans, since 2018, the Oromos like a guardian of your prisons. The worst tool used for the Afar Great Replacement is the Afar People Census across the 3 Afar countries, Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. Afars were ethnically cleansed from the Zayla region in Somalia in 1862 by Britain, with France's complicity in Djibouti. Afar census in Ethiopia is the mere perennial 1.5 million souls. Just for argument's sake, Afars are 1.5 million and one more souls. That one more soul is a victim of genocide, ethnic cleansing, and cancel culture because he or she is not budgeted for health, education, infrastructure, etc. It is the perfect policy for silent ethnic cleansing put in place by the Berlin Conference Creed and implemented and carried out by their regional proxies in Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. Afar, who are the natives and Horn of Africa's Garden of Eden's first inhabitants, the eponym of Africa, meaning Africa and its people, Africans named after the continent. Afar, the major civilizations of antiquity, global ancestor. Check my Afar, Africans When We Ruled the World documentary. Recently, Abiy Ahmed Ali disingenuous Ethiopia's prime minister census to increase from 120 to 150 million. The only stagnant census in Ethiopia is the Afar one, with 1.5 million. Abiy Ahmed Ali's recent access claim for Ethiopia to the Assab Red Sea port hinges legally entirely on the Eritrean Afar people's rights. Abiy Ahmed Ali, why would Eritrean Afars want to move from less than 4 million or even Djibouti's less than 1 million dictatorships to a 150 million satrapy Ethiopia? 1991, colonial France saved the Djibouti Issa dictatorship from armed Froude defeat. Djibouti regime committed Wednesday, 18 December 1991 Ariba massacre, 59 Afar civilians executions, 88 wounded, and many more against Djiboutian Afars to date, and other communities, thanks to France's complicity. You will no longer be able to hide behind the murder weapon, your proxies, your henchmen. The current international community is the one who pulls the trigger on every pogrom of your proxies against us. You finance and militarily protect dictators with a defense agreement against their own people. Do you think Afars owes you reparations for Romans or even Vikings' actions of the past? How about we reverse reparations for your past slavery and colonialism now?